All right, how is everyone? We got 6 people watching. Is there anyone here? Can anyone hear me? Are we live? How's everyone doing? Let's see what we got going on. What's up, Silver? Slava, my man, Ibrahim. Cryptomyalysis was here at some point. DZ, THQ pumped. Let's make sure we're good. I think the music is good. The volume is good on the microphone. Alright, so what's going on? We're not moving, huh? We'll wait for a few more people to show up, see if anyone's here. What's up, Slava, my man? What's up, Fernando? I appreciate that, my man. Silver says we're all good, so we're good to go. What's up, Universal? Yeah, gold's going to the moon, so there's nothing really to say about it. Gold to the moon. Alright, let's just get into this. If you're not here and you ask for a coin, you'll just have to rewind. So we're starting off with AMP here. So we went over AMP last night in the live stream, so it's still pretty much in the same spot. Got a decent little pump, that's why it's being asked about. Put in a slightly macro higher low, so it's not bad looking on the macro chart here. These are monthly candles. So if you're bullish on AMP, a 618 retracement and an alt season bull market would take you up to the 2 cent level at just under a 10x move. That's if AMP was going to run, that's where I would get out, a 618 retracement. It may stay lower than that. So a penny and 2 pennies are good targets. That would be almost a 6x up to almost a 10x from here. And then if we zoom in, we'll just go down to the daily candles and see where we're getting stuck on AMP. If we're getting stuck anywhere. So it's above the 0.5 resistance, so it's above the 382, so as long as you're above 002, it's bullish. It needs to get a candle up and closing over the 618 at 0024. But it's got nice volume coming in. It's bullish on the stock RSI on the daily, 3-day. The weekly just flipped bullish. So we'll see how it plays out here. But just looking at the overall macro chart on AMP, it's either the bottom or it's never going up. Macro, it has to get over 4, and then bullish over the 382 at 7.8. What's up, Weed In people? Let's see. We got gold. So what is the ticker for gold? I know we got it on the others chart. Yeah, the dominance is still bearish. Yeah, gold is at resistance right now, it looks like. At least looking at our... Man, this thing had some volume come in. Yeah, I mean, all we do is go by this. I mean, it broke the 2 level, then it broke the 2272, held it as support at 41. Now it's getting stuck at 45. If it gets over 45 and holds, then it's going to shoot up to 5. As for it topping, it still looks bullish to me. If it can push through resistance here, then it'll continue to run. But everything says it's still bullish right now. What was the other coin? What's up to how to commodities are eating crypto dinner? AOS, we haven't looked at AOS in forever. AOS to the moon. Oh, AOS broke down. Damn. It's trying to curl up, but ultimately these candles are still stuck below our macro box here. We broke below it and now resistance at the 0.5 at 11.5. We're sitting at 11. So it needs to get through this level here on AOS. Pulled away from the downtrend, and the only thing we can do on AOS is you're down below that macro level at that 0.5 and that box. So it really needs to push back up and then clearly get over the 618 here and break the downtrend, which we have drawn on the monthly time frame. Yeah, so we'll just keep it simple. Above the 382 to be bullish over 16.8, and then the 618.5 in the same spot to possibly break the downtrend. Confirmation would be over 25.5. But this is that same downtrend that we've been looking at. And the monthly candle stuck below our macro support and resistance box, so it's not in a good spot. If AOS can't push over 11.5, then support is at the 382. So if it doesn't push through, it can easily drop back down to 6, 40% drop. But it's at macro resistance at the moment. XCN starting to pump again. XCN. Yeah, XCN needs to break the top of the wedge pattern, bull flag. The downtrend line. Yeah, she's starting to push up again. She's up 5%. Everyone pile in. So just keeping it real simple. Trying to break to the top of the wedge pattern. You can see the 382 is here, so it needs to get up over a penny and hold. I know it's at a penny right now, but you can see it's still below this 382 and 0.5 area. So what we'll do, because I know we'll look at it again. So for a positive note, this box here, need a candle inside it or above it to be bullish on this thing for a breakout. So we're still below it. Look at the bearish divergence on the one-day chart. It's really not funny. Gold looks fucked. What's up, Ari? How you doing? Ari's back in the house. Look at it on the one-day chart. Bearish divergence. Where is our gold? The one day. Yeah, what do you see in bearish divergence on? The MACD or something? Let me see, let me pull up the RSI, MACD. Yeah, I don't see where you're seeing divergence at. What's up, Cha, my man? We got Cha in the house. Mass, man. We looked at AOS. Yeah, I guess if you say there's divergence, but I don't see it. Is there anything actually moving? How's XRP holding up? XRP. Yeah, make sure you guys answer the poll, hit the like button. Not sure how long we're going to stream today, but we'll see how it plays out. Yeah, XRP's still stuck in the downtrend as well. So there's no breakout yet. We had a decent little pump on some coins, but ultimately we're still stuck. Still in the same spot. Nothing to see here. Everyone go home. Is it cold in Texas? No. I think this weekend it's supposed to get a little chilly, but it's not cold right now. It's like 80 degrees outside. How was your holiday? It was good. Got to spend a couple days with my boys and just hang out. Had a good time. But we're back in the thick of things here in crypto, and nothing's happening. How was your holiday? Are you back to work yet? I'd imagine you are. But no, we only got 7 people here. Jeez. Yeah, where's DZ? Is this THQ coin gonna pump some more? He was telling us to buy in last night and we didn't buy in. Damn, it's up 23% now. Yeah, this thing rocketed up after we looked at it last night. So congrats to DZ and whoever else bought this coin, got a little profit. It still looks bullish here, doesn't it? Yeah, the volume's coming back. Went back on Monday, had too much fun being off for 2 weeks. Yeah. I took a 2-week break from live streaming, but we're still in the same spot. Got a little pump, little relief, but nothing's happening. We're still waiting. Still a waiting game. I'd imagine there's no meme coins. There's nothing moving. Let me look at crypto bubbles, see if there's anything moving. So someone find the next Coinbase coin that looks like THQ here that hasn't moved yet. That's still accumulating at the bottom. I need to catch a little pump with my $5. River is up 300%. XCN's up 92%. What is River? River. Yeah, everyone's pretty much negative on everything. I'm all out again. Yeah, I am too. I'm glad the holidays are over. It's so time consuming and money consuming that you don't have. It's a big hassle sometimes. Ready to get back to the regular grind, and hopefully this market actually gives us some kind of hope. Hopefully we get to go up at some point. Yeah, but someone finds something that got listed on Coinbase and then it died and it's been going sideways like this. We should have listened to DZ, just bought here. Got a little decent pump. Yeah, pump is a pump, 40%. It's up 24%. It was up like 16% when I started looking at it earlier. Massively on the MACD. Okay. Yeah, I'll check it out more. Thanks for always being super cool. I appreciate you always being here. But don't we need gold to drop so money can flow from that into other things? So if it is gonna start going down soon, that could be good for us. But they did say stable coins are everyone's piling into stable coins at the moment, so that's not good. Everyone's pulling their money out of altcoins and stable coins, and they're just waiting. I think the stablecoin dominance went up. So everyone's putting their money into USDC and just kind of waiting to see what happens. So we gave it a good try, but it looks like we're not going anywhere. Even with, we were looking at Pepe recently, and Pepe and Bonk and all these coins. It just, they had their little pump, and I guess it's over for now. Even though Pepe's still holding up very strongly over the support level. 382 at 65. ASM or SPA? Didn't we look at ASM? Oh no, we looked at AMP. ASM. Yeah, we looked at ASM, I think, last night. It's in the same spot as AMP. These coins are all doing the same thing. Zooming out to the macro, we're not moving really. Had a little bitty green candle spawning in, so people are wondering what's happening. There's nothing happening. Still a macro slightly higher low, so that's good. Once this coin makes a lower low and the overall chart is bearish, then it's just going down. But clearly high to the low, 786, 618, 618 once again, and we'll see if this is the bottom. But it is good it's been respecting the levels. I mean, if I had to buy, if I had the money to buy some coins on Coinbase, ASM doesn't have a horrible chart. It's potentially on the macro bottom, and it's going sideways now. If you want to look short term, it has to get over 1.3 and then pretty much 1.7 to 1.8 to be bullish again. So until it gets over this 1.8 level, it's not bullish. First level to get over is 1.3. And you just never know when these coins are going to take off with a candle. Volume is up on the 3-day, weekly's curling up, monthly's trying to cross bearish. So it's not time quite yet, it looks like, on this one. But maybe a slow grind up. But like I said, it's not the worst looking macro chart at all. These coins are either on the bottom and getting ready to start moving up, or they're never going up. Because you have coins like, I don't know if we looked at it, but I told you guys last night, Wi-Fi put in a lower low. It's been on my rollover list for a long time because it was holding very strongly going sideways, and then it just broke down. So Wi-Fi's bearish as hell. It's got a long way to go to become alive again. So as the thumbnail says, is crypto dead or are we back? This thing's got to do 2x just to put the bottom in again at 69. 3x over 11.4 just to be bullish, and then a 618 retracement. So Wi-Fi, if that is some sort of a bottom and you're holding, maybe 25k is the target now for a 7x 618 retracement. Now that it broke down from the accumulation, it was looking so good, and then it broke down. A lot of people are going into Zcash. Unbelievable strength there. SPA. What is SPA doing? But yeah, if your chart all of a sudden looks like Wi-Fi there, then it may never go up. I think that other coin did the same thing. What was that other one we were watching? Damn. We haven't looked at Algo in forever. Yeah, SPA's in the same boat. It's holding the macro high or low with that yellow line you can see, so there's nothing we can really do but hope and see if this is going to be the bottoms. These monthly charts, they're trying to start curling bullish on the stock RSI here, but it's just down here at the bottom. If it decides to put in a lower low, then it's good game, it's over. It will flip the macro chart very bearish, just like Wi-Fi. So what we'll do here is we'll go from that little recent little high to the bottom. Short term, this one has to get over 205 to be bullish. It's getting stuck at the 382. Bottom is in over 4.5, but it has to get over 5.3. And then you'll have a breakout to the upside over 6.8. And that should send you up to the 236 area and get that little pump up to that macro level, 80% move. Other than that, all you can do is say zoom out, and hopefully the bottom is in here off of a higher low. Same thing we've been doing with these other coins. I mean, you could say back here it was broken and back tested and it's over. So your only hope is the higher low. That is the bottom. You push through some of these levels, and then if we draw a top here, then yeah, maybe a 618 retracement is where this, if this thing's gonna move up. Yeah, we already got it on there. A 9.5x to the 618 at 4.6, 4.5 pennies for a possible target on SPA for a move up, and then it's over this year. You get the idea. Zcash. Yeah, Zcash already did its move, so yeah, Zcash already took off, so this one, it's too late on this one. I wouldn't buy Zcash now. You needed to buy it down here when it was getting accumulated. But it's stuck at resistance at the 0.5. It's bullish over 218. If it can push over 560, then 1400's next for another 3x move. So yeah, it's holding bullish as long as you're over 335 if you want to call it short term. There's so many levels you can watch though. You're getting stuck at that 0.5, and then here on the smaller 3-day chart, we can go from this high to the low, and you can see you smacked right into the 618. You got rejected, so short term it's still bearish. PNG is pumping. Could it break out? I think PNG is still in a downtrend, so until the downtrend is broken, we haven't looked at it in a minute, so. Oh yeah, never mind. The downtrend is way away. It's stuck down below our macro box that it shouldn't have broke. Yeah, Pangolin looks like AOS. I don't know if these coins are done or not, because they keep going lower. If they get some sort of relief rally and they actually do break these levels at 4.7 up to 5.7, this thing has to run all the way up here, potentially get over this 382 at about 16 for a 3.5x just to break the downtrend. Yeah, this thing died from it. But you're asking, can it break out soon? It has to get over these levels, 4.7 and 5.7. It broke our box, it broke both levels, and now it's resistance. Not looking great. Yeah, and we also have a 382 right at the bottom of that box. So short term it's bearish, macro it's bearish. And then one more on Pangolin, the macro chart. Okay, you did hit that 786 support level. Oh, excuse me. So support macro wise, it has to stay over to this 786 to 278, and then it needs to get over 47, 4.5. But no, it doesn't look like it's about to do anything anytime soon. No, we didn't look at ZBCN yet. What's up, Metal, my man? Yeah, we've looked at Keyboard Cat, KeyCat before. What's up, Cryptomyalysis? Your Dogelon's going back down. Yeah, I know, man. Everything bouncing, we're getting stuck and going straight back down. Dogelon and ZBCN. So how's Jasmine holding up? Is it still over a penny? Yeah, ZBEC and XCN and all these coins are still stuck in the downtrends. Especially if we look on the monthly candles. The monthly chart tells us the best story. Because you can have all these smaller time frames. Even the weeklies say that you're trying to break out, but the monthly candle's still stuck. Still stuck. It is a macro, very bullish pattern here, this wedge. So macro-wise, ZBEC network is still bullish macro-wise. It's just still stuck. So short term, it has to get over 003. If it gets over 003, then you're possibly breaking to the upside. So that's the big target to watch right now. And short term support is at 2.6. But very large macro pattern. Can it still hit the top here? Possibly. It just needs a couple of giant candles spawning in. 10-cent ZBEC. Get your 35x and get out of here. It's just a waiting game still. We're not going anywhere. Elon never got a bounce though. What was the other coin? Oh, KeyCat. Bonk and KeyCat. Yeah, Bonk and Pepe were supposed to start running if they're still holding. Pepe's still holding up. But they had a little bounce and they started to trend all over the social sites. I mean, it's just a slow game, especially on the monthly candles here. We're still looking at it here. It's over the 382 at, what is that, 4065 or 5065? I still think this box is going to come into play at some point. It just remains to be seen if this is it. So if you're holding Bonk, if you're in on Bonk, you can see the clear, large macro channel it's trading in. It's not a bad setup at all. And from where we are now, bouncing off of the 382, it's just you got to have patience in this game. Back to the top of the channels, possibly up to 306 area, all the way up to 201, depending on if it wants to wick up. So anywhere from a 60 to a 90x is very possible on Bonk. It just needs this to happen again, and we could be starting that right now. Try to cross bullish on the monthly stock RSI, as you can see here. Weekly stock RSI just crossed 50. So it's showing momentum to the upside. Bonk is not a bad play at all. And then Mudang. Mudang. What did I spell? Where's our Mudang chart? But yeah, we went over this yesterday. Mudang and some of these other coins like to pump. Like Mudang likes to pump after Pepe pumps. So if Pepe has a large candle spawn in and Mudang hasn't moved, it might be wise to look at Mudang for a possible late run after Pepe, if Pepe is going to run. Pepe's still holding support. Mudang's holding over the 382, so it doesn't look bad. It's getting accumulated again. It doesn't look horrible. It's stuck right at the 382, or the 236 rather. So support is 8 at the moment to stay macro bullish, and it needs to push through 8.9 or 9 pretty much. It's at 857. And bullish over the 0.5382 at 12. So if it gets over 12, it's bullish. But yeah, some of these coins we're seeing the momentum start to shift to the upside. Mudang, new high, $1.80 to $2. So $1.80 would be a 20x from here. 20 to about a 23, 24x is possible. $2 to $3 maybe. And like I keep saying, it's all going to depend on if we actually do have a super cycle alt season, whatever's going to happen. That's why we're taking it day to day, week to week. Jasmine didn't move, or Jasmine's not moving. Jasmine, is Jasmine over? No, I guess not. Let's see. Oh no, Jasmine's still stuck. Damn. It still appears that the downtrend is broken on the weekly on Jasmine, so it's like all these coins we're looking at. We pumped, but we're getting stuck and we're not moving, so we just kind of stalled out. But Jasmine is in a good spot to potentially break out here. Unless this monthly candle just dies into a wick and goes all the way back down. And the weekly candles, of course, start falling back down in here. But yeah, it's not moving. It's back down to 008. At some point, Jasmine in this large pattern, as we went over last night, our green box comes into play at some point. Anywhere from 12 to 30 cents, I think, is possible. So from here, 13, 14x up to possibly, on the high side, a 35x, maybe just a 25x, up to about 20 cents. 12, 20 to 30 cents in this area. But everything's getting a bounce off of these bottoms. It seems to be. We got Edmund for 2 or 3. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. Appreciate the super chats. You guys don't forget you can also support the channel through Buy Me a Coffee. Cash App is the easiest. Like the video, answer the poll. Everything helps. I appreciate the 3, my man. Just hitting the like button helps. They listed XCN. When did they list XCN? Did they really? Yeah, I heard about Crypto Future and he went to meet Hara from Jasmine, but it didn't do anything. It doesn't matter. I still think Jasmine's got potential to run. It's still got a good setup. Pulling up puppies for Edmund. I thought it was Luis. Wasn't it Luis the Cool always asking for puppies? Or was it T13? I can't remember. Alright, let me pull up puppies for my man Edmund for the 3. He says, "Come on, fool." He totally messing with me. My brain's fried lately. I don't even remember. But yeah, Jasmine has potential to try to break out here. All right, let me pull up Puppies really quick here. Puppies had a little pump. All right, we can see Puppies on ETH. It held the 0.5, the double 0.5. It's above the 3.2, so it's low to the high bullish again over 6026. Broke the downtrend, it looks like. So future what Jasmine can do. So just keep it simple. It's got to stay over 6026 to stay bullish, and you can see the 786 236 to even be more bullish. 6046. Sorry, I can't speak at the moment. I mean, it doesn't look bad. What we'll do is we'll zoom in on Puppies. It's sitting at a 14 million market cap. Yeah, where's our man DZ at? Is that THQ coin gonna pump anymore? Should I put $10 on it? All right, so short term also, you're over the 3.2 here. So 6033, you're bullish if it can hold. That should send you up to this 786618 area, and then a breakout is going to be over 6.5. 6054. Damn, that's not a bad move. It's up since we looked at it last. So if it actually starts to grind through these levels, it can do a 9x up to 503, 1272. That would be your next big target to watch. Puppies for the win. Puppies. Yeah, you keep holding your Jasmine, you'll make it. I really think it's going to hit those targets up there. Unless we're looking at it and it clearly breaks down like Wi-Fi and some other coins and it just looks bearish as hell. You're holding up and you just broke the downtrend, so Jasmine's got some hope right now. Oh yeah, we didn't look at Elon. Elon. Damn, I can't believe I had 10 grand on Elon at one point. Those were the days. Yeah, Elon hasn't done anything. A little baby pump, but ultimately high to the low, it's just doing nothing. It really can't go lower, my man. Oh, there's no volume on this chart. Look at this. Stock RSI is completely flat. Jesus. Yeah, there's just, I don't see any momentum on Elon at the moment. It's just dead in the water. Oh, I think that other coin we looked at was Spell. I think Spell died. Let's look at our other Elon KuCoin chart. I mean, Elon's at the bottom. There's no volume. It's bearish. It can't really go any lower than it is. You can see over here. This was the bottom back here. Damn, I guess you could say you broke the previous low on the candle and you're getting stuck at it now as resistance. Jeez. Elon is super bearish. I'm sorry, my man. All you can hope is this is the bottom. Damn. Oh yeah, KeyCat we gotta look at. What's up, O House? Let me look at KeyCat before I forget. KeyCat. Alright, here's a question for you guys. Non-crypto related, since we're not doing anything. KeyCat is going sideways. Let me readjust here. But you guys, I'm pretty sure you guys got Sonic around you. What's your favorite what's your favorite drink at Sonic? Cherry limeade, whatever it's gonna be. Yeah, if you guys know Sonic, what's your favorite Sonic drink? So KeyCat here is going sideways. Possibly a bottom has been put in. You take a gamble on it. Weekly chart starting to curl up. It keeps getting stuck at the 382, as you can clearly see here. Weekly 3-day candles. So it has to get over 201 and then bullish over 26. So it can pump all the way up to the 382 and still be extremely bearish. So it could do a little over almost a 2.5x and still be bearish. Breakout's going to be over 5-6 clearly. If it ever gets through there, it'll probably just rocket through there. And that would take you up to 2009, 7x, and then 1272, 35x to 4 cents. But it's trying to put in a bottom right now. You bought 100 of keyboard cat. I don't know what that is. What's that in US dollars? XEN's up 12%. Yeah, we'll look at Toshi and Degen really quick. So you just bought some KeyCat. Could be a good gamble play. It finally stopped going down and it's going sideways, so that's a good sign. Just be careful. Just hold your Jasmine to at least 12 to 20 cents, and then you'll make it. Yeah, high to the low. Your short-term prices to watch is going to be 1.3, and then this area 1.7 to 1.8 on KeyCat for it to be bullish. So good luck. Good luck. I think Degen broke down too. Someone said, what did someone say earlier? Not chain link. Something else looked like that was going to pump. I don't think we looked at it. Maybe we did. Yeah, Degen. I mean, Degen's going sideways as well, just like the coin we just looked at. It's kind of getting squeezed in between the macro uptrend and the downtrend that's in play here. Short term and long term. So Degen's getting at a crucial spot to where it needs to either bounce or break down. But yeah, you can clearly see how it's getting squeezed here. So at some point, if it doesn't move soon, by the end of the month, it's going to be really squeezed if it doesn't do something. So it has till the end of the month to stay getting accumulated here. If it breaks over 2017, then possible breakout to the upside, bullish back over our box over the 382, 2023. Then you'll know it's bullish, but it is getting squeezed down here. Momentum is shifted up on the weekly, so that's a good sign. It's bullish on the 3-day. trying to cross, or it did cross bullish on the monthly, so maybe we'll get a breakout soon. Let me check something. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Let me switch this music really quick here. We're not going to be on here too much longer. We've already been on here for 50 minutes already. Time flies when you're starting to stream. It really does. 3-day and the weekly. Yeah, you got bullish divergence on the stock RSI. Price going down, making lower lows and making higher lows on the stock RSI. So it doesn't look bad here. So maybe it is going to get squeezed to the upside on DGen. Did you say Toshi or Turbo? I don't remember. Yeah, these coins all look the same. Toshi's down below the 236 and stuck. Toshi's bearish. Excuse me. Telling you guys, I bought in here in this little box and killed it. It just stayed bearish and it died again. And it's back testing the previous pattern. Bearish. Jeez, I can't believe Toshi's so bearish. The only hope is the higher low, but you're stuck at resistance at 203. You did bounce off of the 786, as you can see here. So the macro 786 held. So you would have to think the bottom should be in, but it's stuck. So with that being said, it can go back and forth, just go sideways and chop if it wants to. So right now it has to get back over about 304. Macro over 305. So 304 and 305, and then you start getting excited on Toshi again. Other than that, it's doing nothing. Slowly going out. Can we look at LCX as well? Oh, there we go. Ocean water. We got John for ocean water. Yeah, I like ocean water. No one else has Sonic? Come on now. LCX probably looks like PNG and AOS. They've always all looked the same. These coins that pumped back in the day have been just slowly dying. Yeah, we got two different charts. Let me find the right one, because I know we have a box somewhere on it. I don't know if we redid it or not. So it doesn't look horrible on this chart. Let's see what our other chart says. Our Coinbase chart. Yeah, that macro area is broken big time. You know what? I'm just going to go to the other chart. We're going to reassess LCX. Fresh look, fresh macro look on it. Because you are putting in higher highs and higher lows macro-wise. It's not a horrible looking chart, as you can see here. It's back above the 236, so that's good. So 6 is your support. Breakout over 9 would be bullish. Breakout possible new higher targets will be over 18.7 or 19 cents. But yeah, it doesn't have the worst looking chart at all. It looks kind of like bonk back in the day. Yeah, we'll do this like we've been doing on Jasmine and some of these other coins. We'll just draw the macro trend lines. Give you some hope for LCX here. So watch those levels, a breakout over at 19. And if LCX is actually going to not die from here, so as long as you're making the market structure of higher lows, that's what you want to watch on the macro picture of things. It's not doing anything. It doesn't look like it's going to move anytime soon. But like I keep saying, it is crypto. You never know. So you would have to expect, if that is the higher low bottom, you would at least get a higher high at some point. Maybe up to the 1272 at $1.30 with a wick up to $2. Very possible. So from here, your hope moonshot to the top of the pattern here. Possible $1.30 up to 21x, up to $2 for a 33, 34x. Back to the top here. If it doesn't break down, like I said. Nice little double bottom with a higher low, so that's good. And it looks like it got stuck at the 382 area, so it has to get back over about 6.8 and then 8 short term. But like I said, the macro chart doesn't look bad. We'll see if we get these coins to get these moves up into these areas. So we'll do this on LCX. And just whatever 2026 holds, we'll see if our target box gets hit at some point. If these boxes do get hit, like on this and Jasmine and other coins, then you know we're doing the right thing here. Time to start going up. Someone hit the switch already. It's getting old. Oh, only about 136. All right, yeah, that's not bad. Have I given up on Dash? Your mom changed her Kava for Toshi at the same price too. Yeah. They dumped on me and your mom. Sucks. No more gambling for me. Have we given up on Dash? Dash. I don't remember the last time we looked at Dash, to be honest. Oh, Dash. That's the top, it looks like. I haven't given up on it. I haven't really given it any thought. Right now, I think the two top coins to watch if you're looking into Dash, Litecoin and Chainlink. Because this one already had a pump. What did Dash do here? Dash from this accumulation down here, just above the 382. Yeah, this thing did what? Depending on where you bought in, of course, a 6, 7.5x. So if you got that out of an old coin, don't be greedy. Take your profit and get out. On to the next. There's a million different choices out there. But it looks like the top is in. Large wick candle, red candle spawned in. You're below the double, or you're below the 236 here. So until it gets back above 50, it's back to being bearish. Bearish, bearish. Low to the high, it's holding the 618 at the moment, so it has to hold about 38.4. Any lower than 38.4, it's going back down to the bottom. So if it breaks the 618, then the move up is officially over, and it'll come right back down to where it came from and potentially try to put in a lower low again. So that's almost a 57-58% drop if it doesn't push through 50. But yeah, I think Link and Litecoin have very good macro bullish charts. Yeah, we still here. Got 11 people in here. There's no likes. No one's here. We've been here for an hour. 14 people. Only one person answered about Sonic, so that's bearish. I was asking you guys because I was thinking about going and getting a different kind of a drink from Sonic when I get done with the stream. Just gonna get ideas. I like the cherry limeade and I like the ocean water, but I want to mix it up a little. Mix it up a little bit. How is well holding up? We haven't had to ask for well in a while. But yeah, the hour stream went by really quick. So everyone hit the like button, answer the poll. Well's in the same spot, large channel. It's just not doing anything yet. Yeah, all we gotta do is adjust our channel on the macro picture of things, and we're bullish all the time because we're on the bottom. So, well, we have a box for also. Anywhere from the 786 area at about 12 for a 13x up to a 20x, up to about 20 cents. Well, I said that, but we gotta adjust now. 25x. 15 to a 25x. But I mean, just looking at these coins we're looking at and looking at well now, these coins, where else can they go? They're either dead and they're never going up, or we're about to get the bounce from the bottom here and start grinding our way to the top. And these are monthly candles, so if it takes all year, so be it. But from the bottom, let's go up already. We just need that move up. There we go. I like strawberry fruit slushy. There we go. You got a feeling you're going to be sitting on Jasby through the bear market. Well, it's like what we're saying right here with this. Can we look at CC? Yeah, we can. Damn it, I pulled up the calculator. It's the same thing with Jasmy and the pattern we're watching on Jasmy. And then Well here, and Turbo, and Bonk, and Cookie, and so many others that are in just macro bullish patterns, Litecoin. There's nowhere for these coins to go. If it's a bear market, they're obviously going down again. So if it's a bear market, even if we get a little relief pump on well, it's going to break the 236, which it already has, and it's just going to break the channel, and it's just going to go down to nothing. And then who's going to come back and buy these coins when they didn't give us any profit this time? They broke market structure. They broke these patterns to where they should end up going at least back to the middle and then down. And if we don't get at least that, where people at least get some of their money back, who's going to buy these coins that bear market's here and it does this? One last little pump to the upside and you're still in loss, and we just do this forever. No one's going to buy Moonwell after that. Same thing with Jasmy. If Jasmy dies from here, there's nowhere to go but zero. I know they're screaming bear market, but if it is actually a bear market, then the game has changed. Yeah, we looked at this CC coin last night, Canton Network. Where did we look at it at? Yeah, it's still holding the 618, so it doesn't look horrible. It's making higher highs and higher lows. Stock RSI on the daily is resetting quickly. 4 hours pumping bullish, over 50. So as long as you're holding 13, you possibly can have a move back up. It had its pullback after it made a higher high once again, so it's repeating itself over and over. So it's just right on below this 136 area. 236 trying to hold bullish. So 1-3 up to this 136, you're holding bullish. Could it come down and break and come down to the 382? Of course it could. But yeah, it could. But any lower than 1-1, then it's done. Any lower than 112, it's done. But it had a high, dropped 30%. Did the same thing again. Dropped almost 30% again, 26%. So it doesn't look bad. And then if it does hold here, breaks over 16, new target would be 30 for just about a little, almost a 2.5x on this one. But it doesn't have a bad looking chart at all. CC could be a good play. What's up, Silver, my man? It says Zbeck. Yeah, we looked at Zbeck already. Zbeck Network. Smaller time frames is trying to hold over, but we're looking at the monthly now on Zbeck. Still in this falling wedge, very macro bullish in this pattern. You can see the monthly candles are still stuck on our box, which I don't even remember why the box is there. But ultimately, you're stuck below the 382, stuck at the top of the channel, or the wedge pattern here. Because we do have weekly candles closing above and inside of it, so it looks like we need a monthly candle to close over 003, and then we're bullish, and that's the possible breakout. But not a bad macro looking chart for ZBC in here. And then we're still looking at that 10-cent target possibly. It doesn't have to go that high, so 5 to 10 cents. 5 cents would be a 20x, and then 10 cents is going to be a 35x. But very good setup. I mean, it's in a large falling wedge pattern on the monthly. It should at some point break out to the upside, but you got to watch that 382 area. But it looks good macro-wise. But yeah, I guess I'm going to end the poll here. We've been just over an hour. So AI looks like it won. Hard ABA's in second. So I'm going to end the poll. Everyone hit the like button on your way out. I do appreciate you guys coming in here in these bearish times. Hopefully tomorrow we're pumping or doing something. But yeah, nothing really to talk about. We covered what we could in an hour. We're still holding macro bottoms, holding bullish. It's just a matter of waiting, being patient, holding our bags and seeing what happens. So not quite dead market yet. Could be just getting started for the super cycle. No one knows. So pick your side and do your best. I appreciate you guys. None of this is financial advice. Thanks for watching. Good luck, everyone. We'll be back on here tomorrow. None of this is financial advice, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, everyone.